Hi everyone, Gina Chimisi here again. Happy Friday if you're catching me on a Friday, or happy day. Um, we're on this little corner on the street, on the internet street. I make it okay to not be okay. Today I'm delving on parenting, the overwhelm, that even the loneliness that can come with that. I saw an article on this. Loneliness being an epidemic going on, which can lead to a lot of, you know, conditions like heart disease, early dementia, Alzheimer's, in addition to so many other conditions. Because parenting can be isolating, especially you don't make it intentional to be in community of other parents that will share the fact that parenting sucks sometimes, especially, for women. We women who most of the time are the forefront of everything, extracurricular activities. We are the mom taxi. Summer break coming up on us soon. I can already feel the anxiety and still have to work on top of that. Work full time, go home, work with the kids. That's a whole full time job. Some people are, I'll call it privilege. I mean, I love working, but some women, maybe they don't necessarily have to work. But that also comes with its own different pros and cons to be a full time, mom, not working mom. But anyway, go back to the overwhelm and being honest with ourselves that this is real, like for the ladies and men also, especially if you're a single mom. And if you're not a single mom and you're married, depending on the dynamic of your relationship, like when I was married for close to 14 years, even though I was married, I said to my friends all the time, it felt like I was single. And it depends on your partner. And, if your partner who switches up or start to be very, very, very busy, away all the time, and really that conversation is not routinely had in regard to support that you need as a woman for the children and, financially to get help, consistent help available so you can have breaks as a woman, especially if your partner or co-parent, if you're married or your partner, if you're not married, your co-parent and or your long-term partner, if you have children with your cohabitating scenario, however it looks like for you. In blended families, another way to look at it. If you're living in a blended family and one partner seems to be the solo person to move and shake everything in order for things to happen. Because some of these kids have needs, and they have need. Not some of these kids. Every kid have need, and kids needs to be met. And for some of us who already have anxiety, trauma at the forefront, have attachment, abandonment issues, anxious attachment, avoidant attachment issues, really can rally into really navigating the phase of parenting your children, young to, tween to teenage years, to be, looked at as being super difficult, but really radically embracing the difficulties that come with it is important. Sometimes I talk to some of my girls and we are real, like it's hard. For the women way at the back of the bus there, they would make it seem like, oh my God, it's so like my kids are perfect. No, kids can be like snakes. And if you don't tame them, if you don't, really rally support around you, community around you, they can turn around and bite you, and you don't look out for yourself, for your future, and do something outside of just parenting, being a mom or being a dad. 10, 20 years will come by and you'll be looking at the walls because they be gone. Because I was gone. Most of us are gone from our parental homes and left our parents to figure things out as empty nesters. And if you didn't really work on having some type of purpose outside parenting, you might find yourself wanting or be that kind of parent or in-law that's still kind of trying to hold on to your grown-ass children who are trying to live their lives and be petty as hell and be needy and annoying and toxic and causing all kinds of havoc in their relationships when they're trying to build it. I'm just being real. So parenting is hard. Embrace that fact that some days are really good and there's some days that's really hard. You can have meltdowns. And it's okay to allow your children to see you sometimes meltdown or, be sad or cry. Or sometimes maybe even being irritable or angry for the different things that they're not listening. Or some kids can be super mean or have really difficult personalities. And if you have trauma or you've gone through a divorce, a separation, different things happening, a move, changing schools, things like that can be considered, and you need support. Outside family support, therapy is another way to look at it. So how do we, after radically accepting this, that it's going to be lonely, it's going to be hard, what do you do about it? How do you do about your attachment, your future, your life, your purpose as a person besides being a parent? It's to stop and know that, being here, journaling, being grateful to have your children overall, because there are some people who might not necessarily meet that dream of having children. So it's a blessing to have them and impact them and be a shepherd for them. So being a shepherd, think of a shepherd, you shepherd them, guide them. So you're here as a guide. You're the vessel through which higher power, God, brought them here into the world, but you're not here to just completely run them over. I hear parents say, I pay the bills, I make the rules, da, da, da. No, but yeah, kids are just like adults, but they just don't have maybe the language, the verbiage to speak their needs. But kids have emotional needs as well, besides just providing financially for them. The consistency of being there and present. This all prevents a lot of trauma that happens to many of us as grown-up versions of ourselves, what we became. The childhood traumas that we're exposed to makes us who we are right now, how we show up in the world with our children, with our relationships and situationships and all of it. You know what I mean? So it all stems from our childhood. So how we, presenting or navigating or making that childhood as best as we can for the little blessings that have been bestowed upon us to shepherd, to guide, and to be here. Is it going to be our way or the other way? Do what I do, do what I say and what I do kind of thing. Parents are not perfect. So really gratitude, first of all, for having them and seeking guidance to shepherd them the best way and doing something for yourself, really. A bonus point to this would be like for teens these days with social media, trying to get them out of the room, because sometimes you find that teens are always buried in their phones, in their rooms a lot, isolated, and really trying to build that rapport with them as best as we can. So really setting some agreements with them would be great. I started doing that after we started family therapy, when we went through a fragmentation in our family structure, separation, then leading to divorce, individual therapy for the children and family therapy, building community is super important. Church community, outside community, sports, getting them out. Another way is engaging them in sport, but not overdoing it. Try not to be a perfect parent, like you're running yourself ragged. Some of us can be found wanting constantly on the go. You're living your life literally through your children because you haven't given a moment to, live your own life. So now you're trying to live your life through your children. No. Don't live your life through your children. You couldn't accomplish your sporting goals or going to medical school or, becoming a lawyer. All of a sudden you're like, he or she has to be a lawyer. He or she has to be a doctor. He or she, why do we have to, especially immigrant families, like your children have to be lawyer, doctors? Why can't they be a YouTuber? What if your child wants to be, sexually fluid? Are you going to be like, no? Are you going to be like, no, this is the way it has to be? Truly, embracing all these parts, truly, and trying to get them out of their rooms. But that way, it's to be able to embrace where they are, like engage, love, try to love what they love. I made a video where I was loving my daughter's Billie Eilish stages. She still loved Billie Eilish, and we're planning to go to a concert soon. She doesn't like Taylor too much, but she wouldn't mind going to a Taylor Swift concert. I wouldn't mind going to a Taylor Swift concert, embracing my child. I'm very child like at heart. I'm serious with my business life, but I'm childlike. Like I love being. That's why sometimes like my relationship, marriage not working out because I'm so childlike. Let's do this. Let's agree on this, but let's have fun as well. That's my whole approach to lifing. So get him out of the room. At least making an agreement on the weekends. Like let's watch a movie for an hour or two. That will get them engaged. A movie that's not just about mommy or daddy. A movie that's about them. What do they like to watch? A YouTube channel they like to watch. A musician they like to watch. Watch it with them. They like playing football. Watch a football game with them. Even if it's a few minutes of engagement, you're doing it. You're conquering it. But instead of yelling, get out of the room. You don't listen constantly. I'm not perfect. I've fallen short. I've yelled. But I also try to embrace some of the stuff so I can constantly have a pretty good relationship with my kiddos instead of avoiding them, being like they're burning, all that. They didn't ask to be here. When I lay down with my partner to make them, they didn't ask to be here. They're here. So how do we make them great people, good humans? How do we raise good humans that gonna be good to society in the future? Right, so that's all the whole point. But parenting can be hard. And you can whip it in your parenting style. You can whip it everywhere else in your life, including your purpose. So sit down and figure out what's your purpose besides being a mom and besides being a dad. Find that and roll with it. And happy yourself. Life is too short to not happy yourself and be all angry and moody all the time. Constantly in some type of a struggle with people. Love on other people. Forgive, let go, move on. Like literally, set boundaries. I believe in that, but don't be hateful. All right, till the next video. Love you for checking me out. Bye.